as possible. There is no longer a shortage of N95 masks. That means hospitals do not need to ration or reuse masks at this point. Last year, you'll remember, a nationwide shortage of PPE forced medical workers to reuse masks while treating patients. But now companies that make N95 masks say they have supply in surplus and hospitals are already stocking up. The Biden administration is also recommending hospitals to end the practice of reusing masks. The fashion world is mourning the death of celebrated designer ALBER, that is. He is probably known for the film at the helm of the French fashion house Lanvin for 14 years. Luxury fashion company Richemont issued a statement saying ELBAZ passed away yesterday after battling COVID. He worked at Saint Laurent before starting his tenure as creative director at Lanvin. The mayor of Paris said that ELBAZ was a talented and generous man who will be missed. He was 59 years old. And now here are the latest numbers on coronavirus in San Diego County. 160 new cases were reported today, bringing our total to more than 275,000. 4 new deaths were also reported. Nearly 3,700 San Diegans have lost their lives to COVID-19. And here is a quick look at how local vaccination efforts are going right now. Nearly 46% of San Diegans are now fully vaccinated, and that is more than 925,000 people. So tremendous progress there, and you can stay on top of all the latest developments in the coronavirus with the ABC 10 News mobile app. It is free in the App Store and on Google Play. And we want to take a live look outside. A little overcast there right now from this shot. 10 News weather anchor Jen Delacruz monitoring our conditions. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Vanessa. So really nice conditions this weekend, very mild overall. So certainly a good amount of cloud coverage in some areas, but other places did see some sunshine for today. So overall, really nice weekend. Right now, we have a mix of sun and clouds in El Cajon. Poway's looking really nice as well. Downtown, definitely starting to see more clouds pushing in. Mount Laguna looks pretty clear at the moment. Right now, it's 64 degrees in downtown, 58 for La Jolla, 60s for Inland Valleys, low 60s for Ramona, and 64 right now in Alpine. It is breezy out there, even at the coastline, gusting right now at 15 miles per hour. La Jolla, 22 in San Diego. But we do have that wind advisory in place for our mountains and our deserts that was supposed to expire tonight, and it's actually been extended. We do have a storm pushing into the county starting tonight. Hour by hour at the coast, we're going to see more clouds pushing in, and then a better chance for some very light rain is going to happen later tonight into the early morning hours for tomorrow, and then pretty much on and off throughout the day tomorrow. It's not going to be a heavy storm, but we do have a chance of showers here and a chance for some mountain snow. I'm tracking how much we're going to get coming up in your 7-day forecast.
Hey, Jen, we'll see you shortly. A U-Haul truck crashed into an abandoned home this morning in Spring Valley. According to CHP, agents discovered the van just before 10 on the 8800 block of J. Lee Avenue. They say there was a brick attached to the van's accelerator, but it's not clear how the van crashed or who was behind the wheel, if anyone. 3 drivers were arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence in Escondido. Police say the arrests were made yesterday at a DUI checkpoint near Center City Parkway and Decatur Way. Over 900 vehicles went through that checkpoint. 31 drivers were also cited for driving with a suspended or revoked license or driving an unlicensed vehicle. A man suspected of DUI is sitting behind bars after crashing his Jeep into several parked cars. This happened at just before 3 this morning in Mountain View near the intersection of South 45th Street and Logan Avenue. Police say about 10 neighbors helped hold down the driver while waiting for officers to get there. They estimate 10 cars were damaged. More calls for police body cam video in the shooting death of Andrew Brown Jr. as North Carolina deputies say they were serving a warrant, while officials say they have to wait until tomorrow to make a request. Plus, the cuddly and lovable presentation to a local Marine combat vet with PTSD that is positively San Diego. The family of Andrew Brown, the 42-year-old man shot by sheriff's deputies in North Carolina, is demanding transparency. As Angela Bowen reports, the calls for police body camera footage is growing, even amongst government officials.
What's his name? Andrew Brown!
Andrew Brown Jr. was 42 years old and a father of 7.
What's his name?
Andrew Brown! He was shot and killed this week as Pasquotank County Sheriff's deputies tried to serve a warrant.
A warrant is not a license to kill. It is not the authorization to shoot someone in the back. And let's be clear, it doesn't matter if the officers are white or black, or brown, or men or women. If they engage in brutality, use excessive force, or abuse their power to murder citizens, officers of the law must be held accountable if the law is to mean anything for the rest of us.
Shortly before those words, during a march, the community knelt and paused for a moment of silence. Brown's family, friends, and neighbors continued to demand transparency. They want to see the body camera footage from the sheriff's office, which in North Carolina requires a court order. And this afternoon, the president of Pasquotank NAACP called for a change.
We are demanding the resignation of Sheriff Wooten.
Brown's son also spoke about the void now left in his life.
With all these killings going on, I never expected this to happen so close to home. And I gotta live every day, my newborn, without even getting a chance to meet him at all. And that's gonna hurt me every day. I just want justice.
Governor Cooper has also stated publicly that he feels the footage should be made public. Brown's family says they have not been able to see the video even privately, and they demand change.
I expect that law in North Carolina to be changed in his name. My nephew did not deserve that. Amen. Justice, say his name.
Andrew Brown.
Thank you.
And that was Angela Bowen reporting. Sheriff Tommy Wooten said in a video statement yesterday that he's requesting release of that body cam footage. The sheriff is expected to make the formal request tomorrow following North Carolina law, which says the release has to come from a judge. And hundreds marched in East Hollywood yesterday in commemoration of Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. President Joe Biden formally recognized the 1.5 million Armenian people killed or deported by the Ottoman Empire during World War I as genocide. Biden is the first president to do so. Former presidents have avoided using the term for fear of alienating Turkey, a U.S. ally. LA is home to the largest population of people of Armenian descent outside of Armenia. A group has filed a lawsuit to stop the construction of an Amazon distribution center on county property in El Cajon. According to the Union Trib, the group, called Neighbors Against Noise and Traffic, is calling for the project to be halted until a new environmental review is completed. It also alleges that public records requested from the city of El Cajon were delayed or withheld in violation of government code. Representatives for the county and El Cajon said they could not comment on pending litigation. The 2021 San Diego Festival of Science and Engineering continues today. This year's festival is virtual instead of hands-on due to the pandemic. The 10-day educational experience engages kids in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. The virtual experience includes a live stage with streaming events, a variety of pre-recorded sessions, and special events in partnership with Live Well San Diego. The free virtual festival is open to the public. It continues through May 2nd. More information is at lovestemsd.org.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Those are some whoppers. Take a look at this. A strong storm sending golf ball-sized hail. This is in parts of Alabama. The storm also brought rain and wind, toppling trees and knocking out power to thousands there. Crews worked last night to restore service. So far, no reports of any injuries. And meanwhile, here in San Diego, very beautiful day, as Jen mentioned earlier. You could see just a few clouds in the sky there at Balboa Park this afternoon. You should enjoy it while it lasts, though, because this is not going to hang around much longer.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
And Jen Delacruz with more on that, so a little cooler.
Yeah, it's going to be much cooler. By tomorrow, we could see temperatures up to 25 degrees below where they should be for this time of year. So it is going to cool down significantly. And we do have a chance for showers to start tonight. So anything that we do get is going to be very light here, but that chance increases through the evening hours and then certainly into overnight. Tomorrow, we're looking at pretty much on and off throughout the day, but overall, very, very light totals here. We do have a wind advisory already in place for our mountains and our deserts. This initially was set to expire tonight and it has been extended. So this will take us through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Gusts out of the west, 20 to 30 miles per hour for your sustained winds, but we could see isolated gusts up to 65 miles per hour. It's going to be breezy for the coastal areas and the inland valleys as well. So more clouds building for tonight. Very light showers if we do get anything. 10 o'clock here, a little bit of green on the radar here, but overall not a ton. Tomorrow morning, a couple sprinkles maybe for your drive, but overall it's going to not be a big storm whatsoever, but it will feel much cooler and we'll see a good amount of cloud coverage. We could see a couple breaks in the clouds by the afternoon hours, but that chance for showers will continue on and off throughout the day. And as we get into the evening hours, a better chance for some isolated storms for East County, and we could see a wintry mix of rain and snow for places like Julian. Nothing really that's expected to stick to the ground though. By Tuesday morning, potentially a couple very light sprinkles, but overall that should be the end of it. And we should see partly cloudy skies for Tuesday and then a warming trend after that. Here's our rainfall forecast: about 0.2 of an inch for the coastal areas, 0.4 for the valleys, and up to 1 inch of rain for our mountain areas. For tomorrow, your high temperature is going to be 61 degrees at the coast, so overall very cool. Overcast skies for tomorrow with that chance of on and off showers. Gusty winds, though, throughout the county for the coastal areas, the inland valleys, and especially for the mountain areas and for the deserts tomorrow. Hour by hour at the coast for tomorrow, cloudy conditions with spotty showers throughout the day. Could see a little bit of sunshine by the end of the day, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but overall it's going to be pretty mild for tomorrow. We're looking at a lot of cloud coverage. We're not going to see that abundant sunshine until at least Wednesday, and then we actually have a warming trend with a little bit of a heat wave on the way, with the 80s returning to the coast by Thursday. So overall, a couple different things going on in the forecast here, but very mild week. Once we get past Monday, it's pretty much smooth sailing all the way into next weekend. 80s at the coast Thursday into Friday. Inland valleys will be very toasty by the time we get into next weekend. We could see some 90s. We could see some records being broken, and temperatures are going to be well above where they should be for this time of year. So we're going from very cool conditions to hot conditions by the end of next weekend. So a little bit of rain, not a ton, but of course we can take anything we can get here.
Lots of highs and lows there.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jen.